Georgia State's upcoming Convocation Center gets a budget increase by the Board of Regents.
And Georgia State Panthers pick up another win this season against Furman University. All that and more on Panther Report News. Hello and welcome to Panther Report News. I'm Tyrik Wynn.
And I'm Cheri Pruitt.
If students are feeling stressed, one of the main things that we want them to do is just remember that they're not alone, that there are people out there that care.
In recognition of Suicide Prevention Week, Georgia State staff and students took the streets for the Are You OK walk. The demonstration was organized by the Counseling and Testing Center, and it took place along Piedmont Avenue and Cortlandt Street. Students created signs and were given shirts to encourage suicide awareness.
Panther Report wants to recognize Suicide Prevention Week by encouraging everyone to ask their loved ones how they're doing. The 24-hour National Suicide Hotline Prevention Line is 1-800-273-8255 for help on campus. The Counseling and Testing Center is also available.
A $6 million increase for Georgia State's new Convocation Center was approved by the Board of Regents this Tuesday. The center will be the university's next addition to the Summer Hill community, and this brings the expected total for the project to be $85 million. The increase would draw over $5 million from Georgia State's institutional funds and $500,000 from the university's athletic association. The facility will host conferences, graduation ceremonies, athletic competitions, and even community events.
Planned Parenthood will be donating $3,000 worth of free feminine hygiene products to Georgia State University. Communications Director Evan Marlborough announced the donation at the Student Government Association's Atlanta Senate meeting this Thursday. Marlborough says it will reach all campuses and it's part of the university's Flower Initiative.
Several officers that are donating their time, volunteering to come out here and help us. As you can see, we've been loading up this 53-inch truck full of items. We have all kind of items, water, socks, diapers, all that good kind of stuff that a lot of those people gonna need.
Hurricane Dorian has subsided, but it has left significant damage behind. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution and Caring for Others Incorporated teamed up with other media members in the community to collect items for victims in the Bahamas. Georgia State Stadium was one of the drop-off locations.
A study by the University of Michigan reveals that a number of college students smoking is at an all-time high. The study reveals that smoking marijuana and vaping has doubled in college students since 2017. Although there is a nationwide ban for smoking on college campuses, the use of marijuana and nicotine is at its highest level seen in 35 years. 43% of college students report that they have smoked marijuana or cigarettes within the past 12 months, and 25% report using these substances within the past 30 days.
We turn now to Tyrik Wynn for Primetime. Tyrik, what's the latest on Georgia State sports?
Thanks, Cheri. What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to Prime Time. We got another great episode for you. We're going to get into the football team's wild comeback finish against Furman and much more. So let's jump right into it with our Panther recap. The ladies Panthers volleyball team had another busy week as they planned for matches in Eagle Challenge this past weekend. The Panthers won the first match of their doubleheader Friday, led by senior Sydney Stroud. The ladies won their first match against Providence 3-1. Their next match was against the host Morehead State. The Panthers fell to 3-0 to end their doubleheader. The final game of the Eagles Challenge was held Saturday, where the Lady Panthers fell to Presbyterian 3-0 after this weekend's play, so the Panthers' record falls 3-3. Both the men and women's soccer team were in action this week. The men pulled out a 2-2 draw against UNC Asheville. The Panthers were down 2-0 before storming back to force the tie. The men's team also took on North Florida Ospreys, who they shut out 2-0 to remain undefeated on the season with a 3-0-1 record, which is the best four-game start under head coach Brett Sorensen. Their next match will be against Gardner-Webb on Tuesday. Showing some love to the women's soccer team, they handed Chattanooga their first loss of the year as they pulled out a 2-1 win. The men weren't the only team to play a stalemate this week in their second match of the week. The women's soccer team tied the UAB Blazers 0-0, which was redshirt sophomore Kendra Clark's second shutout of the season. She also had a career-high 6 saves. The Panthers will take on Mercer next week in Macon, Georgia. Women's cross country will participate in the Middle Georgia State Invitational Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Keep an eye out for Panthers' Lodi Mayberg, who finished 4th place in their opening invitational. They said a dub is a dub, but the Panthers look rather shaky coming off their upset at Rocky Top. Let's head to the primetime film room to see exactly what happened. The first play that we're going to discuss comes during the first half. The Panthers were in a bend, don't break mode throughout the game, but the first half they were pretty close to breaking. We start this play with a motion to the right. This alerts the quarterback that Panthers are playing zone. The Georgia State is currently set up in a zone 3 coverage, which means that each of these players are responsible for a third of the field. This player covers here, this player covers here, and this player covers here. As the play starts, we see action pitch to the right. We see the offensive lineman shifting to the right as well. This is called a fake screen. A screen is a play in which the offensive line chip blocks the defense and sprints to the right. This is done to create a sort of a moving wall that is meant to surprise the defense. The eyes of the defense, they are about to have a free shot on the QB. However, this is a fake screen. The offense is acting like they are about to throw a screen to make the defense run to the right and avoid the QB. This opens up the receiver in a flat, allowing for a big gain. The next play comes in the first drive by Furman. This is a pass play, but you might not realize it by looking at the formation. This is because 2 of the players are going to come off the line and run as a receiver. It is the job of these linebackers to cover these 2 tight ends. The coverage here is man-to-man, meaning that you are on an island when it comes to coverage. Watch as the tight end gets off the ball and strikes toward the end zone. Here you can see the defensive line get to the quarterback, but he steps up in the pocket and delivers a dime right over the linebacker's head, and Furman is in the lead. The Panthers would come back to win the game in a nail-biter and a bit of a head-scratcher. How does a team that goes from beating a SEC team on their field to giving up nearly a 50 bomb against a FCS opponent? Here is what head coach Sean Elliott had to say.
We were leaving guys uncovered. I mean, they were running free. I mean, they had a great scheme in their play action. And our eyes weren't in the right spot. We weren't aligned correctly. There was missed assignments in the back end, and that stuff's uncalled for. I mean, really uncalled for. I mean, we got to have better discipline in the meeting room and be able to take it out on the field, because we certainly didn't have the discipline in the meeting room to take it out on the field this week.
That's all we have here at Primetime, but be sure to keep an eye out on our social media at GSU PRN for more updates, as well as for the Panthers preview. Back to you, Cheri.
Homelessness is an issue in our nation that directly impacts Georgia State's Atlanta campus. Panther Report's Keelan Berrien gives us an inside look on how a local organization tackles homelessness.
Just over 3,000 homeless individuals reside in Atlanta today. With the many shelters that are present, Safe House Outreach is in open arms to those who are experiencing homelessness in Atlanta today.
Really, we're trying to put ourselves out of business, you know, so we don't see you anymore, unless you just come by to testify or something. But our goal is to take people from where they are, either in poverty or homelessness, and get them to self-sufficiency.
Safe House Outreach also provides help by helping homeless individuals receive jobs to get back on their feet.
A program called Career Development that's totally designed to take you from where you are to a job, a good job. We teach people how not just to get a job, although we help out with that, but we teach people how to keep a job.
Many people that come through Safe House Outreach loves the help that Joe McCutcheon and the outreach provides.
We just love what they do. We love that they help people get off the streets and stop the cycle of homelessness, not just handouts, it's hand ups.
I would choose Safe House. because they open arms for you and they give you the help that you need. If you ain't got it, they here to help you get it. So I choose Safe House for lunch.
We do lunch Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, brunch on Saturday at 10:30, and then we do nightly meals at 6:30.
Safe House Outreach is constantly seeking new volunteers to help reduce this number of homelessness in Atlanta today. Here in downtown Atlanta, I'm Keelan Varian here with Panther Report News.
The U.S. News & World Report has released its 2020 Best College Rankings, placing Georgia State in some familiar rankings. Georgia State ranked second for the most innovative university and third in undergraduate teaching.
This is the university's second year in a row Georgia State has been ranked in the top 3 for these categories. Tyrik, so do you listen to Future?
Yeah, Turn On the Lights was my song.
Well, how about he's investing in the future of some college students?
For real? How so?
Well, Future is on his legendary Nights tour, and in every city he stops in, his foundation is giving away a $2,000 I'm a Dreamer scholarship and a pair of concert tickets to a lucky fan who is enrolled in college.
Wow, that's a great opportunity for college students. Actually, did you know that Future used to live in Atlanta?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he actually lived about 20 minutes away from our campus.
Cool. Well, that's our show.
Make sure you stay connected to Panther Report News throughout the week, and be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at GSU PRN.
Also, subscribe down below and let us know what you think about this week's show, and what would you do if you won the I'm a Dreamer scholarship. I'm Cheri Pruitt.
And I'm Tyrik Wynn, and we'll see you next week.